Good evening, folks. Welcome to another episode of Bizzle on the Buses. Yes, I am back on OMSI 2, and today I am in Berlin X10 add-on. This is a DLC for OMSI 2 that was released a few months ago. Basically, it's a modern day Berlin. It adds a lot of routes, and today I'll be driving one of those routes, which is the M19. This runs from Herbertstrasse, and it runs to wherever it runs to. I can't remember the name. We will soon find out. It takes about 20-25 minutes, so we'll do one trip on that route from here, from Herbertstrasse to the other end, and then the next part of the video we will do the return trip back here. So I've got, as my steed for today, I have a MAN Lion City double-decker. Now this is quite a beast. It's 13.7 metres long. It's got a 320 horsepower engine, and this is a DL09 model. There's several different models available. There's a DL04, which was the prototype, the DL05, which was the first year of delivery, DL07, DL08 and DL09. I think the differences between them are quite slight, although I think the Euro 5 engine came in with a DL09. There's over 400 of these operating in Berlin. I think it's 414 altogether. Quite an imposing looking bus. Very long, very low as well, so it'll look a bit odd really in a way, but you know, compared to a UK double-decker certainly, because a UK double-decker generally has two axles and it's about 11 metres long at most. This is an extra nearly 3 metres in length, so it's harder to manoeuvre, but when you get used to it, it's not too bad. When you first start driving it, you do notice the extra length, and that overhang at the back is absolutely massive. 3 sets of doors, so you've got a middle door, a rear door, and of course your front door. When you put the station brake on, the middle and rear doors operate automatically. Oh, that's some running water under the street. There we go. Berlin is floating. There we go. Right, so let's get in. I'll show you some of the controls. I've got about 5 minutes or so before my passengers want to get on. Pretty simple controls. That's your dial for the headlights. You've got retarder on and off. That is traction control off. That's your lights. This lowers and raises the suspension. That changes the display. That changes which stop shows on the screen. That confirms what the IBIS is telling you. That button doesn't operate, but I don't know what it does. That is an automatic switch for the rear doors. So I think when you open these, when you open the front doors, the rear ones open automatically. That locks the front doors, I think. That is the buggy switch, so I think that lowers the bus. That, you can't press any of that. That is actually the fire alarm system. And there's your gear controls, and that's about it really. There's not really much else to it. There's your column stalk and the hazard lights and a button which doesn't do anything. That is really about it. There's the handbrake. Handbrake on, or handbrake off, handbrake on. That's about it in terms of controls. So let's get the view reset. Let's turn her on. Let's listen to what she sounds like on the outside. That's the electrical system on. I think it's in neutral. It is. Sounds pretty nice. Let's give it a quick rev. Let's just make sure it's in, right, it's in neutral. It's in drive. Handbrake is on, I think. That's it, handbrake on. A little bit quiet on the inside. Does make a nice noise though. Let's listen to it outside. A cloud of smoke coming out the back. Not so good for a Euro 5 bus. Although if it was Euro 6, nothing would be coming out the back at all, because they have a particulate filter as standard, I believe. Right, so I think we're ready for everybody to come on. Everything's set up. I'll just fast forward the time a touch. Right, we are ready. Let's get the door open. Good morning, everybody. Hello. Hello. I'm not very talkative at the moment.
Einmal normal, bitte. Danke.
I've learnt the shortcuts for the tickets, so now I can actually issue them through the button rather than constantly looking at the machine.
Hallo.
This machine is a pain. I would rather it be a modern one where it actually tells you what's what and it tells you the amount you need to. It basically tells you the amount the ticket is worth. Excuse me, have your ticket. Go on, go away. It's basically like the Frankfurt add-on. If it had that machine, this bus would be brilliant because it really is a nice bus to drive. I think everybody's on. Yeah, everybody's on. Bit of a bug there, it's showing my doors are closed. Right, is he coming on? He's not coming on. What about that woman there? Come on, love, before you miss your chance. Right. Into drive. Let's just check the mirrors. Oh, have I got the handbrake on still? Yes, I have. That is typical of me. So it's actually, considering this bus is quite a hefty beast, I mean it must be about 15 tons in weight, because it is so big. When you think about the length of it, you've got nearly 14 metres of bus. You've got 3 axles, so it's obviously quite a heavyweight construction. It actually gets a move on. It moves very nicely. It's got a 320 horsepower engine. Not sure on the size of it, but it must be pretty big because it does get a move on. I've driven it on 2 trips on this route already, just basically to get used to it, to see what it drives like, and it surprised me at how quick it actually is. When it's in the mood, when you're in the mood to get a move on, it really does get going. So just need to wait for these lights to change. As I said, this route is about 20 minutes long, so it's a bit of an introduction, just basically to show you what this add-on's like if you are considering it. I'm pretty impressed. I mean, I got it last night. I've had a bit of a drive around and a few bits of excuse me, can't speak today. Driven around a few places on it and pretty impressed. I've just cut him up. Oh dear. I don't like that turning. I should really be in that right hand lane. But I'm going to get in that lane now. I always get in the wrong lane. The first time I did that turning, I got in the wrong lane, and the second time I got in the wrong lane, so I'm not exactly setting a good example here. Let's just have a look at everybody, see what they're up to. So it's a double decker with probably over 100 seats and still standing up downstairs. Let's have a look out the top deck. Hello sir, he's loving it, he's pretending to drive. Right hand drive driver, he must be from England. Everybody does it, every kid does it, you still see it now. Kids doing it, pretending they're driving the bus, having the time of their lives. I know, because I used to do it. I will admit that to you guys. Right, someone wants to get off. I can never hear, well, you can't hear the bell. There's no audible tone. I wish there was, because it is damn annoying. Because I drove past a stop before on this, didn't know that someone was wanting to get off, and I was too busy looking out the window. if I wasn't looking out the if I was looking out the window, if I wasn't looking out the window, I would have known. Oh, need to keep the station brake on, by the way. So make sure all your doors are closed and then take the station brake off. And then once the arrows disappear on the display, you're okay, you're good to go. I'll show you that properly at the next stop. I mean, I suppose this bus does kind of feel a bit quicker than it is. I mean, you look at the speedometer and you're only doing basically the equivalent to 30 miles an hour, but I think it's just the weight of it, and you can actually feel, I think you can feel the weight of this bus. You can feel that it's not, you know, just your normal single decker. It does feel like there's more to it. Come on. Power. That's the kind of performance I'm talking about. So whilst I let all these on, I might as well talk to you guys. How are you all? I've had a little boost in subscribers over the past week or so, which has been very welcome. I'm flattered, to be honest. Come on. Hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's back in the swing of things now. There you go. Take your change. Don't bring the €10 note on here again. €10 note for a €1.10 fare.
Einen normalen Fahrschein bitte.
No, come on, I'll let you off.
Das ist zu wenig Rückgeld.
Take your change. Take it. Go away. Go away. Go on.
Guten Tag.
Gave the passenger too little change. Oh well. Such is life. So there you go. Once that display, once the arrows go on the display, once they disappear, then you can pull off, basically. If you try and pull off before then, the engine will just rev, and then when you do actually get going, it'll kind of jump. It'll like move like that. It's not a smooth start. Whereas if you just let the brake disengage before you try moving, it is better. Come on, I'll beat that Toyota off the line. Come on. It's doing pretty well. I like it, I do like this bus. The only thing is, and I don't know if it's just me, but I think the seating position is just a touch too low, just a touch. I mean, there's not much in it.
Guten Tag.
It's a little bit too low, it's a little bit too far forward, I think, but you know, it's no biggie, certainly not. It's certainly a very good model. Certainly a really nice one. Leave the station brake on, then take it off, and then we're ready to go. There we go, that's it. Take the indicators off. Also, the indicator doesn't tick. There's no classic indicator tick on this bus. Sorry, it's just there we go. That's it. I lost my footing on the accelerator there. I don't think I've just driven past a stop because I was distracted by that. I don't think I have anyway. M19, come on. Kick it down. It makes a nice noise, this bus. When it kicks down and when it accelerates like that, it is actually quite a nice thing to listen to. Anybody? No? Alright then. I think nobody's wanting to get on, are they? I think I'm actually a little bit early. I'll just check the schedule at the next stop. There's that mysteriously parked car. Oh! Alright, we didn't see that, it didn't happen. I didn't just drive into the back of a van. So, this bus actually has a VoIP transmission. It's only got 4 gears, but I think they're reasonably spaced, you know, it's not like there's a huge gap between the ratios. and with the torque of the engine, it just uses the torque more rather than the actual power, which is a good thing. MANs, I think, are generally matched to voice when it comes to buses. I know that my local batch of MAN buses, well, they were MANs until they changed the engine. They had VoIF gearboxes in. They still do. They are really nice. Make a lovely noise, actually. Those are in Liverpool, so don't go on them very often. Everybody's off. Let's just check the schedule, actually. Let's just see how we're doing. I'm sure I'm running a bit early. Oh, I'm actually on time. Pretty much on time. Pretty much spot on. It's 8:42 in the morning. Let's just see how we're doing in terms of passenger load. Kids getting off. It's not too bad. It's about half full, I would say. Half full, maybe a third, something like that. Kick down. No, it's not kicking down. But it is getting a move on. Just watching from this view. Actually quite nice to watch from different views. To pull up nice and smoothly, no passenger complaints. Excellent. Hello, madam. Good morning.
Eine Tageskarte bitte.
Bleibtreustraße.
Not sure why it's playing a tune at me. Boom, boom. This IBIS system is definitely musical. You should hear the tone for the last stop warning. It's quite funny. It sounds like something out of like 1980s elevator music. It's quite amusing, actually. I'm clipping really badly. I have to kind of watch this bus a bit. I think I'm further over than I actually am. Oh, right, you're going to have to walk a little bit. But the ABS has kicked in, so yeah, I was too busy watching what was going on. Hello, good morning, good morning. And I can see me cloud of smoke. Yeah, that's not good. Generally, a Euro 5 bus, even if it's 7 years old like this would be, generally wouldn't smoke too much. So I think that's a little bit unrealistic, but mind you, I suppose, what is it actually modelled on? Is it modelled on a decent engine service? I don't know. All open for debate. So notice the older Berlin buses parked to one side, the older MAN buses from the 90s. Straight on here, I remember. So what do I think of this? This route, quite nice. Actually quite a pleasant route. It's not too long, but it's just right for kind of getting used to the bus. So if you want to do a route where you just want to get used to the bus, see what it's like, see what it drives like, get used to traffic volumes and such like, then give the M19 a go. That's definitely well worth a go. I've not tried any of the other routes yet. I've just had a general drive around, but I will do more videos with this DLC. Next one will probably be after I've done the next part of this. Just check my schedule actually. It will probably be the oh, I'm running quite early. It'll probably be the 115. That's about 40 minutes in length it takes to do that, so that'll be the next one. I am on time again now, so no longer early. Also, on this bus, unlike the free one, there is a free Lion City double decker you can download, but that has awful problems with the mirrors. They don't work properly. They kind of just load in block by block, whereas these actually work. They're actual proper working mirrors. I've read loads of different fixes for trying to get the mirrors to work on the free one, and I tried every single one of them and I couldn't get it to work. So I got used to it. Like I had a really good drive with it in Gladbeck version 6 before it became a paid add-on. I had a really good drive of that
Europa Center.
on the SB36. So what I may do is I might do that one just basically to record it, show you guys, show you what this bus is like in Gladbeck. You know, I've not got the DLC yet. I might get that eventually. To be honest, I've heard that it has some problems, whereas previously the Gladbeck V6, the last one they did when it was free, I never had any problems with that. It always worked fine. So I don't know what the issues are there, or what exactly has happened, or if anything indeed has happened at all. But you know, it's something I'll hang on with, and I think I'll just use the free Gladbeck. Oh, handbrake off, come on. Also noticed there's a little snowflake symbol on my dashboard. That's because I've got the weather set to cold, as I called it. I set up my own weather, just like, it's about 2 degrees outside. 2 degrees, no cloud, like nice visibility. Just basically to give the impression of a nice cold winter's day, which are my favourite, by the way. I do much prefer a nice cold winter's day. I mean, I don't know what it was like for anybody else if you're watching from
U-Bahnhof Wittenbergplatz.
That tone is brilliant.
Bitte aussteigen. Terminus, please leave the bus here.
Ladies' underwear can be found on level 2. Gentlemen's suits can be found on level 3. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like some kind of announcement bong, bing bong, or something out of a lift from 1980. Oh, stop complaining. 1986. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like it was just found in a lift, that tone. Right, come on, get off. You're gonna complain, then just get off. Right, I think that's everybody off now. Let's just have a look. Yeah, so I could drive it how the hell I want now. So basically you drop everybody off at the stop before the terminus, and then what happens is you go along here, and just by where that tree is in the middle there's a little cut through in the central reservation. So you just turn round there and you stop there. You can just see the bus stop symbol there. That's where the stop is for the start of the route. Oh, a little bit of a struggle there. Well, that's where the start. That's not the start of the route, sorry. That is the terminus point. It's the stop just after that, which is the start. My mistake. Still getting used to it. Rendon turn. I don't know what that means. It means basically turn around here. Just master the length of it. Oh yeah. Nicely done. Even if I say so myself. Right. That is it. We are at the terminus for the M19. We are at Wittenbergplatz. So whatever Wittenberg is in place. And we'll just pull up here. Handbrake on. Oh, okay. So I was 16 seconds early. So yeah, it takes about 18 minutes. 17 minutes to get from one end to the other. So that's not too bad. So what I'll do is I'll record the return trip for this. So let's have a look on the outside of the bus. Still looking lovely, and that display you think means basically bus ends here, so basically don't try and get on it. So that was it for episode 2, part 1 of Bizzle on the Buses. It'll be part of a new series for the Berlin DLC. So I'll be reviewing the next part of the route. I'll be doing the 115, the X10, etc. And I'll be doing different kinds of buses as well. I have got the Scania Citywide articulated bus downloaded, so that will probably be the next one I do. I'll take that out on the 115 maybe. So thank you very much for watching. Join me again in the next part where we'll do the return journey. Well, thank you for now, and goodbye. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more truck and bus content. Bye bye, see you soon.